All right, just taking a quick look at this new PowerOn or PowerXon power station. I'm not sure how to say it, but it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter what the name is. It's a new power station that's got this very interesting design. So number one is it's completely sealed up. It doesn't, we're not just talking about the ports being covered. We're not talking about that. Literally, this thing doesn't have any openings on it. It's completely sealed. And so, yeah, they say it's IP65, waterproof, dustproof, it doesn't matter. You can take it to job sites, construction sites, if it's raining. And really cool, it's got these like huge feet on it too. So you could like set this thing down in some mud. You set it down in a puddle, doesn't matter, right? It's gonna stay dry, it's gonna be fine. And you might be wondering, if it's all sealed up, if there's no vents on it at all, how does it stay cool? Well, it has this advanced cooling system. And what is that? Basically, it's the shell of this thing is all aluminum. This part here. Yeah, it's basically, it's like a giant heat sink. The actual case of it. So basically everything that's not plastic is aluminum. And this can work. This can be a good idea because, aluminum, it dissipates the heat, right? It has the ability to transfer heat. So if you get a lot of heat, building up on the inside, which of course you would if you're doing, a lot of charging or a lot of discharging, high C rates, the aluminum will actually transfer that to the outside ambient air, basically, right? Now the problem is, since there's no fans to assist this, it's really only going to work in cooler temperatures, right? There's got to be a big temperature differential. So if you're using this in high temperatures, I don't know. I don't know, but they say, if you're concerned about this thing, they do say that, if it were to get a little too steamy inside and catch fire, they do have this patented automatic fire extinguisher system. And they actually demonstrated this. So yeah, basically, and to demonstrate this, by the way, they did disable the BMS and all the safety stuff, So this, this isn't going to happen, but they're basically saying, in case it does, yeah, you can see that catches fire and then it puts it out. Now there is another downside to having this, fully aluminum case, is the weight, right? So this thing is 57 pounds. And that is pretty heavy. I'm sure you can pick that up, but it's going to be difficult, right? And it's not because of the batteries or the capacity, because it's only 1,500 watt hours. So it's a decent amount, but yeah, typically we'd see, the plastic competitors somewhere around 35 to 40 pounds, right? But yeah, to jump back to the battery here, 1,500 watt hours, it is LFP. It is LFP, and the inverter, 2,000 watt continuous with a good 4,000 watt surge on it. So this is actually very usable, especially, if you're using kind of like, power tools and stuff like that, right? This thing should be able to handle it, no problem. And if the battery capacity isn't enough for you, guess what? Yeah, you can expand this thing. You can expand it to 6 kilowatt hours. So that would be 3 of the extra batteries. Yeah, you can expand it kind of no matter how much you want. The only thing you got to be aware of here is these cables, right? These are big cables, and it's kind of an interesting design that they have them plug into the front. So, yeah, not only are they not the 90-degree cables that we're starting to see on some of the newer competitors, but, yeah, if this attach on the front, they're going to be, like, in your way, right? They're going to be, like, in your face. And these are big cables, too. I mean, look at this thing. It's like you're plugging in your electric car to charge it. And for the charging specs here, it's actually really good. This kind of surprised me. You never know what you're going to get with some of these companies you've never heard of. So yeah, from AC power, from grid power, you can actually charge it completely full in 1.5 hours and 70% in an hour. And then for solar, it's actually 800 watts. There's an Anderson port. And while it's only 60 volts, guess what? It can do 25 amps. And yet, kind of nice that all of these ports, as we talked about, are covered. They're sealed up. The only thing is, it seems like they might have missed something here. They might have missed something over here, this DC section. It's a big cover. But there's not much in there. I mean, look at that. There's not much in there at all. It looks like there's only a couple of USB ports tucked away. And evidently that is the case. So, yeah, I don't know why they had such a big cover on there, but evidently there's only one USB-A and one USB-C back there. And no 12 volt. No 12 volt on this thing. So, this is like disappointing. This is actually like a really cool product, right? I mean, as long as you kind of, take the cooling into your own hands, maybe you have a fan blowing on it or something on hot days. It's an interesting concept, isn't it? And it's good batteries, good inverter. You can expand it, good charging specs, but then no 12 volt.